Hello, gorgeous. So a couple of days ago, I posted on my Instagram account a picture, actually this picture, of my highlighting and contouring routine. It's more like my pattern. So today I'm gonna break it down for you and show you exactly what I do to contour and highlight my face. So I'm actually only wearing my foundation at this point. I don't have anything else on my face except for moisturizer from earlier, but just foundation. So the first thing I'm gonna start out with is my concealer, and today I'm actually using Maybelline's Lumi Touch. I had to look, I know that's bad, but it's because I've used it so much that I've worn the words off. Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer, and it is in ivory. So I love this little thing, it's like a little pin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start by doing a couple motions under my eye, and you want to draw out a triangle right under your eye. And believe, I know it looks like war paint, but it works, so just trust me. So, like I said, draw your circles, and depending on what size of nose that you have, I mean, if you want to highlight your nose and make it look more narrow or whatever, I personally like to make my nose look more narrow, then you want to also draw it down the bridge, the sides of your nose. The bridge is the middle. I don't know where I said that, sorry guys. Let's draw it down the side. Then we're gonna take it up the middle, but leave this little piece open here on each side. So just straight up the middle to your forehead and draw it out up here. So I like personally a little bit on my cupid's bow, and I like to put it on my chin. And we'll come back to this in a minute. So right here is step one with the the concealer. If you think about it, your face is a heart shape and starts right in your eyebrows and goes around your face. Inside of that heart is where you want to highlight. Outside of the heart is where you want to contour. Hope that makes sense. But next I'm gonna use, just got this, I love it. It is the M Contouring and Highlighting Stick. I got it in medium. It's a little bit too dark for me right now because it's winter. I personally, if you've watched my videos before, you know that I love to look like I've got a tan. So the contouring side is actually perfect color for me at this point, or at any point I suppose. The highlighting side is what I think is too dark. So I might skip that, or I might use a little bit of it, but that's it at this time of year because it's January. So what I'm gonna do is take my contouring side and I'm going to just run it along my forehead. Like I said, we got a heart shape going on and we want to stay outside of the heart shape. And I'm going to draw up the bridge of my nose on the sides and line it to make it appear thinner, because I'm lining it to give the appearance of making it look slimmer is what I'm trying to say. With highlight down the middle, highlight on the side, but then the contouring up the sides. I think I said that right. And draw this up and over my eyebrows. This is very light, so it's not like, it's totally foolproof. If you get something somewhere and you feel like it's in the wrong place, don't worry about it. It can be fixed. It's gonna be all blended. So when contouring your cheekbones, the way to find your natural cheekbone is actually if you draw an invisible line from the top of your ear downwards, that most likely is your cheekbone. I mean, it might not work for everybody, but that's typically what happens. So if you start with your contouring stick, is what I'm using, you don't have to have this in order to contour, FYI. You could definitely get a foundation, cream, liquid, whatever, pressed, and use a brush and actually just draw it on if you want. Okay, so what I like to do is from here, just take a little hook on the side, just a little one, and then I like to draw a little line under my bottom lip. The reason that I do that is because by shading right underneath your bottom lip, it gives your lips a fuller appearance. Then also I'm gonna take it and go right along my jawline. And right under. That helps to get rid of any appearance of a double chin. I'm telling you, this is magic. It really, really does work, and I love it. Okay, so from there, you can see my highlight, or I'm sorry, my contour. I need a little bit of highlight right here. So this is the one time I do use my actual highlighter on my M stick, and I'm just gonna draw. They say if you do the duck face or the fishy face, where you suck in is where you would highlight. I don't really feel like I necessarily agree with that. I personally have such high cheekbones that it's easy for me to find mine. But you, on the other hand, might have a harder time. So if that helps you, then do it. But I know that mine are right here. Okay. If you want to get real crazy and wild and party with it, you can break out your concealer again and just do a little dab underneath of the highlight. Okay, so now it's time to blend. And I'm gonna be breaking out this is not the actual official Beauty Blender brand. Huge advocate of beauty sponges. This one is from Target, and actually it might be from Sephora. It's from Sephora. I just fibbed again, I'm so sorry. But I love these beauty sponges. They work magic. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is work on blending in my under eyes, because that is the most important part of a highlight, at least for me. If you're going for that Kim Kardashian, just crazy, beautiful, glamorous highlight contour, then if you notice her in any photos, the first thing that you notice is how white her under eyes are, because they're so highlighted, and that's what I like to go for. So I'm gonna first work on my under eyes, and I'm just going to blend. And be careful not to get too crazy on the sides of your nose and work in the bronze, or I'm sorry, the tan, because we're gonna do that in a separate step. So. All right, and now we're all blended out. So typically I would set what I just did with a translucent powder, but I'm so pale right now that I wanna keep to my base and have a little bit of color. So today I'm using my MAC loose powder, and it's an NW25. And a lot of people choose to put on a pressed powder with a brush. I actually like to use it with a powder puff, and just lightly, get rid of the excess. Tap it on there, and I like to lightly blot. Don't swipe and drag your skin. It's only going to get rid of the work that you just did. Next, I'm going to go in with a little bit of bronzer. Y'all know that I love my Wet n Wild bronzer. I'm actually out of it. I broke it and I haven't had time to replace it, so I'm going to my second option, which is the Chanel bronzer. It's the Soleil Tan de Chanel in 64 Desert Bronze. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that properly, but I am gonna go in. I actually love the little brush that comes with it. A little loose guy there. It's got that flat brush, and I like it to add a nice little contour line to your cheek. So I just am gonna dab a little on, knock off the excess, and start, same thing that I said, top of the ear, down. And then I'm gonna go right across the forehead, with a little bit on the sides of the nose. So the next step that I'm gonna take is I'm gonna go in with a little bit of blush. And today I'm gonna be using my MAC. It's a brand new blush I actually just got today. I'm really excited to use it. It's in Sunbask, or Basque. Basque? I think it's Basque. I'm just gonna do a little bit along my cheekbones, get a little color. I'm gonna use an angled e.l.f. brush for this. And next I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of highlighter. I'm actually gonna switch it up today and not use my e.l.f. I'm gonna switch over to a MAC highlighter, and it is a Pearl Matte Face Powder in for a Treat. It's really pretty. I actually don't even want to use it because it's so pretty. I don't want to mess it up. I'm gonna go in with my, let's see, go in with one of my Bobbi Brown. It's actually an eyeshadow brush, but I like to use it for highlighting. So when you're highlighting, same thing. I mean, you just want to touch places that the sun would naturally kiss. So down the bridge of your nose, cheekbones, can even take it over to the brow bones, give it a little bit of shimmer, and then use your finger a little bit. Cupid's bow is so important. If you don't know why you highlight a Cupid's bow, it's actually because it reflects the light to help give a fuller appearance of your lips as well. I apologize about the state of my eyebrows because they really need done, and I'm just realizing that. So this is what the finished look is. I personally, before I would go out, would add a little bit more concealer to my under eyes because I like the whole very white under eye look. So I'm gonna do that really quick. And I'm gonna set that concealer with a translucent loose face powder. I use the NYC translucent. Really, any translucent powder will work for this. I like to use my MAC 227 to do my under eyes. Draw on that triangle, don't forget, girls. Triangle is so important in your eyes. And then this is just something that I like to do for fun. I like to add a little bit of white right there. Help make your cheekbones stand out. And just blend that in. So this is the finished look. When we cut, I added a little bit of eyebrow color, a little bit of mascara, and some lips just because I wanted to show you the finished product. So if you like what you saw here, make sure you give me a thumbs up and leave any requests for any tutorials or reviews in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. And also don't forget to visit me at www.angelalanter.com. Thanks so much. Au revoir.